today is April 15th. Believe it or not, it's tax day. But we got a lot more important things than taxes to talk about, don't we, Rob?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Big news.
Very big news. Rob's going to go over the agenda. It's about our passions, our values, our purpose, and I'll let you run through.
Yeah, sure. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about why this change and why this evolution. Al and Jesse are going to talk through our purpose as a company and our passion. We've got a bunch of executives from our truck line as well as our logistics company that are going to introduce these new values to you. And then Mitch Evans is going to take us through introducing some designs and then solicit you all for a vote. We want your input on voting and how we portray this new values and this purpose and everything to our employees and to our outside customers. So we're going to want your input towards the end, so stay tuned for that. And then after that, we're going to wrap up. So jumping right into it, our purpose, our passion, our values. Why are we changing? And to me, it's more of an evolution. A lot of things evolve. Well, everything really does. And what happened here was some of this is related to traction. A lot of it is. Traction we're embracing as a company and trying to filter that down throughout the organization. And one of the things that's big on is we have to share our values and our mission with all of our employees. So that's really a lot of what this is about. We had done that before. This was a chance for us to look at it again. And honestly, we have a different company. We have more locations. We have this building, which we didn't have. The last time we did these values was in 2019. Probably seems longer than that, Al, huh?
Right.
But it has been a while, so we look different. We are different. Financially, we're different. We're over $100 million in revenue. Back then, we were around 68 million. So we've grown. We've added things. We have a school. There's just a lot of ways that we're a different organization. And while in a lot of ways our values from back then, you're going to hear from different people today that we haven't lost those, right? I mean, the things we valued a few years ago, it's not like we stopped. We are just emphasizing some different and new things that we think fit where the organization is going. The owners were involved in this. Every executive you're going to see today was involved in selecting these. So we really tried to get everybody's input and come up with something that's going to lead us into the future. You're going to hear at the end of this some strategic plans we're going to share that have 3-year plans and 10-year plans. And you'll hear with that, there's a lot of aggressive growth built into this. These are the values, passion, and purpose that we think we need as an organization to really deliver on all of that. So I'm excited to have these executives today introduce this to you. And first of all, Jesse's going to come on with Al, and they're going to talk about purpose and passion.
Come on in, Jess.
Hey, Al. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hill Brothers.
I'm going to talk about the purpose and basically our relationships with our customers, our vendors, our employees. In trucking and logistics, relationships matter so much. And the purpose of this is just to emphasize the growth we need because people trust us as we build our relationships, and trust brings a lot of business, Jess. It's amazing that the amount of growth that we've had over people that we've gotten to meet in sales, in execution, just the building out here. I've had people drive by and didn't even know we even existed out here. So that our growth has just been so positive, and the feedback I've gotten in this industry is amazing. So Hill Brothers is a well-known name. We think we can keep growing this with new customers as well as our existing customers. But trucking and logistics means a lot when it comes to relationships with everybody involved. And I just want to emphasize to all of you, keep up the good work. And Jesse, with that said, you can talk about passion.
Sounds great. Well, you don't go from a $61 million company to a $100 million plus company without being focused on that willingness to win. And I think we've done that, and we've done it very well over the next 5 years. And we think that we're set up to continue that passion for the next 30 or however long we keep doing this, right, Al?
Right.
But I guess I would just want to be upfront, much like the executives are, and just if we don't set a record today or tomorrow, that doesn't mean we didn't win, right? We as the executive team want to focus on, small behaviors that we believe that culminate into big impact. So, in the morning, are you getting up every morning with the willingness to win for our company, to be better today? Are you getting up with the willingness to win for each other? Are you getting up with the willingness to win for our carriers, our company drivers, our owner-operators, our LP drivers? Are we getting up with the willingness to win for our customers just as well? So just kind of keep that in mind as we continue to go on. I think we've done a fantastic job the last 5 years, and I couldn't be more excited to see all the winning that we're going to do now and into the future. So I'm going to pass the baton over to some of our executives, and they're going to go ahead and introduce what these core values that we all put together mean to them.
Well, with that being said, thank you, Jesse. Tyler, you're up. Introduce yourself. So there's probably a lot of people that don't know you as well as I do, and it's all yours.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Al. I'm Tyler Schoberg, so I'm the director in our bulk operations down in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I get the pleasure of talking about give a shit. And no, we're not bleeping this out. This is trucking, baby. I think we've all heard it before. It's not always PG. But this one, to kind of go off of what Al was saying, is building these relationships is, at the end of the day, they have to feel that we truly care, right? Whether it's about their drivers, the plants, the shipment, the cargo, whatever that is, that helps build that long-lasting relationship. And for me specifically in the logistics side, we don't have that physical product maybe that the asset line has, so they can't see that we care. So we have to deliver that through the phone and through emails, and you can just have that sense of feel. I had a driver 5-10 years ago was actually overweight on one of his axles, and so during the day I ran out to Home Depot, bought a shovel, 2 shovels, brought it out to him at a truck stop, and help shovel things in the back. And that's giving a shit, right? That's going that extra mile for that carrier. And he actually ended up coming to my wedding, and we still do business today. So it's those small efforts that matter. If we're going to spend 8 hours a day with each other, why not try to be great at it, right? Invest in yourself, invest in the teammates around you. And it's contagious. I mean, you can feel that. And some of you have probably read or even heard, like, surround yourself with like-minded people. Well, for our office down in Lincoln, we have a lot of new employees coming in, and it's important for a lot of our employees to be that role model and kind of set that standard of, hey, we do care, we do go that extra mile. So that's important. And then the saying is, we're only as good as our last load. We've lost customers before, all over one load. Doesn't matter what that relationship is sometimes. It's important that you care just about the 400th load, just as you would the first. So really excited to announce this for you guys. Hopefully you buy in and see that vision and go give a shit. So now we got Pat. He will talk about Spirit of Service.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Pat Hill, Vice President, Director of Pricing. Spirit of Service, this is what it means to us. Building a bond with your customer, we all have bonds with each other inside the building here, but building a bond with the customer is important for both parties. That's really building a trust between the two of us. Being willing to prioritize the customer needs, that's really understanding what the customer wants from us and what information they want back to them, which really helps us develop a bond. Going above and beyond to ensure satisfaction. I'm sure a lot of companies say the same thing, and that means that's part of the give a shit ability is really getting what they want, communicating well back and forth, which really helps both parties. Having an attitude that communicates the desire to make a difference, that's really a part of that whole bonding experience with them. How you communicate with somebody is important, is more important than the message you're really telling them. So with that being said, we will go on to our next.
Michael Deck,
Michael Deck.
introduce yourself, sir.
We, not me.
Hi, I'm Michael Deck, Director of Transportation for Hill Brothers Logistics. It's great to be doing this with Al here and all the executives as well. But what I'm going to talk about is we, not me. It really shines a light on Hill Bros is a collection of individuals and organizations working together. There's three different companies working under the umbrella. And we all are connected. So this is about more than just an individual. And that's how a company really gets better is it's a collection of individuals, small teams, but all working together towards that end goal. Each person's actions at Hillbros have an impact beyond just one person. What you're doing, goes beyond you. It touches the person next to you. It touches the person, downstairs from you. So we're just looking for all those things that you're thinking about what's best for the organization, and not what's best for you necessarily in all your decisions. But together we will all do more and be better when we're thinking about we and not me. And this can be used at the higher level too. Each team at Hillbros is sort of an individual network, but what each team does affects another team. On the logistics side, we have operations team, we have an account management team, we have a capacity team. Every job is reliant on those other two teams to help out and be a part of the process to get to our end goal. And so there's not really one thing that happens in Hillbros that one person has any 100% control over. So it is constantly thinking about that we, not me, and how can we help out the organization. Teams and organizations that make whole better when all are rowing in the same direction and working together to accomplish our goals, right? We row the boat.
Row the boat.
So we'll move on. We'll bring up Cammie here.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. I am Cammie Bruner, the Director of Operations, and I've been asked to go over being adaptable, which I think is suitable, particularly in operations. We have to, the only constant that we have in this business is change, not by the month, not by the day, it could be even be down to the hour or the minute, and we have to quickly adapt to those changes. So I have a handful of words or characteristics that I think fall under that. The top one is curiosity. We need to be inquisitive, we need to ask questions, we need to rely on each other. I really think that helps to foster a growth mindset. Resourcefulness is to use the tools that we have on hand. We have a lot of resources here at Hill Brothers, and I think our top resource is actually the peers among us, whether it's our coworkers, the drivers, ownership. There are a lot of years of experience here that we have to rely on. Communication is the basic foundation that we have to have. Internal, external communication is so critically important. With that said, what I want to point out is when we're communicating, we need to actively listen to understand versus trying to reply to that person. Teamwork, I'll summarize this is I just think that we are all better when we work together, period. We've proven it time and time again. If we stay on that track, I think we'll continue to succeed. And I will end it in resilience. We have shown that we have been resilient over the test of time, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the highs and the lows. If we continue to do that and adapt quickly to the changes, I think that we will continue to persevere.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Cammie.
You're welcome, Out Hill.
Yeah.
Scott?
So don't confuse resilience with relentless.
Yeah.
It's all yours, Scott.
So good morning and good afternoon, Hill Bros. So what does it mean to be relentless? Right? If you are relentless, you are determined, refuse to give up, and you'll continue your effort without stopping or easing up, even in the face of adversity. And for us, what that means here is we've been through so many market cycles in our history. Every facet of our business feels the pain of these ups and downs and swings. Like Cammie said, change is constant. So what do we have to do to meet those challenges? And for me, it's being relentless. We always keep finding new ways. Try different things, be curious, ask questions, always trying to improve. A quote here from Tiger Woods is, "The greatest thing about tomorrow is I'll be better than I am today." So again, relentless is we just got to keep pushing. And when we continue to push, we'll see good results. So thank you for your time. I'll give this off to Brianda, who will talk about forward thinking.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Hello, Brianda.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Brianda Ziegler, the CFO. There we go, my slide. Being forward thinking is very important to Hill Brothers, to all of our employees, the executive team. It helps our leaders really think about the future, anticipate changes, stay competitive, and also guide our teams to our long-term goals. Part of that is just looking at the technology, our people, and our processes. And really understanding all the new technologies that's out there, trying to get the best products to help our drivers stay safe, investing in some AI. I'll have a little example later. Fostering a culture of learning. We hired someone to help our leadership team grow and develop. That's new this past year. Reimagining old processes. So as we go through Traction, we're learning how to operate our business and changing things that we've done in the past, which is important. And also, putting all of this together helps us stay competitive. So this past year, we've embarked in some AI software in billing and also on the AP side. So the team has been involved from the start. They're reimagining their jobs, what their jobs will look like with this new software. They've been a part of it from the beginning. It's set to go live in a few weeks, and not a lot of trucking companies are doing it. So we are partnering with one of our vendors to build this product, so that helps us develop the transportation industry in the future. Forward thinking.
Forward thinking. Thank you, Brianda.
All right. Here we go.
Appreciate it. Mitch Evans.
Thank you, Brianda. Thank you, Al. My name is Mitch Evans, and I am the Director of Recruiting and Driver Development. And I get to take you through, one of my favorites of our core values, and that's tradition. As Brianda alluded to, we're all about, hey, man, what are we going to do today? What are we going to do tomorrow to be successful? But along the way, one of the things that is the most important to remember is, where did we come from? What are our traditions? And about 4 years ago when I got here, I had the pleasure of sitting down at one of our company events, and I spent a little bit of time with Pops. And I got to hear the stories about what this company was the moment it was conceived. And then along the way, I've got to share some of that information, or hear some of that information from Al and Pat and Pete. Boy, you ever get a chance to sit down with Pete Hill, he's got some stories they're worth listening to. I'm a history buff, so I love the past because it reminds us of, how did we get here? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What did we learn? So our stories, our history, our traditions are behind us. But do we focus on that? No, we never should focus on the past. It's always there, kind of like when we're driving. Most of our time is spent looking through that front windshield. Drivers, please spend most of your time looking through the front windshield. But every now and then you got to glance in your mirrors. Why are we glancing? To see what's behind us, so we know that it's truly behind us. Our journey together is much like driving that truck, right? So we're a trucking company. Spend a little bit of time, learn our history, respect our history, understand it, remember it, but hey, let's be forward thinking. So one of the things that you're going to see here in just a minute is the Hill Bros Way wheel. It got us to this moment today. And what we're going to do is we're going to retire the wheel and put it into our traditions, and we're going to rebirth our values through some new designs, which I'll share with you here in a second. So we want your input, please. Here in the next day or two, you're going to receive a SurveyMonkey link, and you're going to have Design 1 and Design 2. And what that is our brand new core values in very pretty and aesthetically pleasing displays. The executive team, the ownership, we got together with a vendor, and we created several versions. We internally voted it down to these two options. Option 1, Design 1, looks just like this. Our core values: tradition, give a shit, we not me, adaptable, relentless, spirit of service, forward thinking, proudly displayed with the Hill Bros logo. That right there is just a rendition of mock-up trucks, but that will be our fleet trucks. If you like that one, please vote for it. Otherwise, your second option, Design 2. Again, our 7 core values with the Hill Bros logo, spread out in a little different fashion. If you like that one, please vote for it. After we spend about a week running through these polls, we'll announce the winner. And once we get that winner announced, we'll begin the implementation phase of getting this into our buildings. What you'll be voting on is the main mural that'll be right outside the boardroom here. at M Circle, and everything else will feed off of it. So we'll see relentless as a core value word in a piece and part of our building. Or you'll see tradition down at the shop. We will spread it out amongst all of our properties. Might even get it on some of our trucks. We'll see. But we definitely want your input to help us finalize what should the main mural look like. And with that, I will pass it back to
Rob.
Rob? Thank you, Al. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch. Thank you to all of the executives for delivering that message and helping all of us get an idea of how this came together. They were all part of when we were in that room, Al, with you, yourself, your brother Pete, Pat, all bringing it together. I'm going to continue Mitch's message a lot, that we need all of your help around here. Culture, values, passion, purpose, right? It's really how things get done every day at Hill Brothers. So we ask all of you to be supportive of this, to talk about it. When you see people exemplifying some of these things, let's celebrate that. Let's call them out. Let's say, hey, what a great job. You really exhibited this particular behavior. The more we can do that to each other, the more people will see that that's important around here. And that will help all of us to spread this around. Al and I cannot be the ones responsible for that necessarily, other than doing just like this, informing you, encouraging you, trying to set up ways that all of you can really start to live it, to value it. Use it when you have a tough decision. I know that's personally what I do. If I have a tough decision to make, a lot of times I'll refer to these and say, hey, if I'm trying to really follow this, how would that lead my decision? So for all of you, the same thing. Talk about them. If you don't completely understand them, or you want to know more about the connection to them, go ahead and have a conversation with somebody you work with, or an executive. By all means, we would love to talk with all of you more about it. We want them to be talked about. We want them to be celebrated. We want them to become a part of the fabric here of Hill Brothers. But in order to do that, we need all your help.
Yep.
Right now. All right, you gonna take us home here?
Yeah, so everyone, please look for a message up and definitely vote later this week, Mitch, when you get that up there. There's going to be more company updates on the way in May. We have more information on where we're planning to go as far as strategic plans for both the Hill Brothers Transportation, HBL, and the bulk. So our plans for the fiscal year 2026 we're following up with that. And
Yeah, it's going to be starting June 1, right?
We'll have more of these meetings like this. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone. And thank you all to all the executives for being here. And let's go forward.
Absolutely.